All right, test, test, test. Sounds good. Good evening, everyone. I hope you are having a wonderful Friday. It's already Friday, Jesus. Yeah, we'll do a mega server update today because some stuff has happened again, right? And I already see some comments. So Captain Jimmy wrote, "Sup, what's up, Captain Jimmy? I hope you are doing well." Then a person called Mike Clark wrote, "Too bad Gondor and Erebor chose to ruin the so-called Mega Sever. Pretty pathetic." Okay. Mike Clark, I have to say you have your facts completely wrong. So either you're not in the season or you're a salty player who's on one of the losing teams. Both options are possible. What happened was we were fighting with Gondor very heavily at the start, which I've also made a video about, and it was really good fights. We were very invested, and then both Angmar chose to attack us, which meant that we responded to that attack. And you can see that because they took both of our passes in a couple of hours, right? So it's important to keep the facts straight here. You're obviously misinformed as to what happened, and you should pay a little bit more attention to what happens on the map. All right? So let's get that straight. Okay, so what has happened on the mega server? Well, we have a lot of fights, lots of stuff going on. Yesterday, the passes into the middle opened. We grabbed the southern Anduin Vale pass, right? I see Gondor grabbed those two passes today into the Undeeps, which is of course their route to the ring. Angmar, which is Step and Toby, grabbed the Lorien pass, and Arnor grabbed the other Lorien pass. Yeah, I also see Gondor made some extensive progress here against Arnor, which is, I think most people would say that's as expected. And it seems like Gondor are winning these fights pretty handedly, right? If we look here for a second, this is already very deep into Arnor's territory as far as I can tell. And yeah, so are they already set up for Orthanc? Let's take a look here. No, so Arnor still has control of Orthanc, which is good. Let's look at the pins here. We have 2 pins here now. Bear on top, Merc, Gods, Panda, Beer, unaffiliated, 6.4 million deaths. That's pretty good. And we have a second pin here. Panda, Merc, Gods, Bear, unaffiliated, Weak, Beer, and Solo with 7.7 million deaths. Also pretty good. Those are some quite significant pins, I would say. So good job to Gondor and Arnor for fighting a lot. I see Vadia in the chat. What's up, Vadia? Hope you're doing well. Saw you had some great fights. Yeah, I hope you're having a nice evening, mate. Hope you're doing well. Good. Yeah, so those are the battle pins between Gondor and Arnor. Looks pretty good to me. Lots of PvP going on. Shout outs to both of those teams. It seems like they are invested heavily as well. Gondor took a lot of stuff today, actually. Dunharrow and both of the passes. So, very nice. All right, now on our front, Lame has made good progress into Etenworth against Toby and Step. We helped them there yesterday to hold the position because they were getting pushed by both Toby and Step quite significantly as far as we could tell. This is an 18.3 million participant pin, a 6.5 million death pin. That is pretty crazy. And if we look here now, Angmar is still fighting very heavily here. So yeah, lots of good fights are going on in this area as far as I can see. I believe when I checked the last time, Lame was around this area, so it looks like Angmar has indeed pushed them back a bit. Now we have a couple of players here as well, just to make sure that, you know, this area is safe and secure. And yeah, not a lot more to say about that. Just a lot of tiling going on, I guess. We finally managed to take this pass, which was a very big win for us. It took a lot of effort, so again, shout out to Angmar. To both Toby and Step. It was a very long and extensive fight. We tested them a few times. We saw what the reaction was of the enemy team, and we figured out a time where we could get the pass down to half of the value because the enemy has the least activity during that time, right? And that is something, if you take a pass on the wrong side, it's really important that you do this. You need to figure out when is the best opportunity, right, to siege a pass like this. And with the help of Lame, Lame participated greatly as well here yesterday, or today in the morning. It was at 02 UTC. We got the pass down to 300k, and then we just gathered the troops. We did 2 more pass attempts, and on the second one we finally broke through. We got it, we popped the fortresses, and now we're making some significant progress here, which is very nice to see. So again, shout outs to Angmar. They've been great opponents so far. I don't know. I think everyone was really happy with the fights, is really happy with the fights. It's obviously not over. It's just getting started, I would say. And yeah, shout outs to every one of my teammates as well. We had some EU players wake up at 4 a.m. today just to participate in this event. And yeah, I mean, that's really cool to see, right? That's the goal of a mega server, to make sure that everyone gets great fights. All right, Mike, I will say, if you continue to just cry and not produce anything meaningful, I'm just going to block you, right? Because, I mean, we are here to have a season overview or update, and, you know, you're not really posting anything meaningful. So I would suggest you also learn to write in English, because some of the messages you write are very hard to understand. And so consider this your warning, all right? So just to point it out. Okay, Impala is in the chat. What's up, Impala? Good job today on the pass, mate. David is here. What's up, David? Hope you're doing well. Björn is here as well. Yeah, pretty cool. I see here, not to mention, Gondor has a full spy team on server, like little girls. Again, this is just posting meaningless stuff. I don't think any of the leaders have mentioned a situation like this. So, you know, if you just shout out random stuff because you are unhappy that you're losing, that's your cup of tea. But we are here to look at the facts of the server and nothing else. And yeah, these are the facts of the server as we see them, and we're quite happy with how the season is progressing. And I know a lot of other people are quite happy as well. I see hey ha in the chat as well. What's up, bro? Always cool to watch the update streams. I'm very happy about that. I mean, this game doesn't get enough content, right? Because I would say there are too many trolls or people who can't accept losing. So that's why a lot of the YouTubers are also not really uploading content on such seasons. But I don't really care. I will just upload, and, you know, people can be mad about it, and that's fine. Not a big deal. And if we lose, we lose, you know. It's a game at the end of the day. The goal of this mega server was to put 4 big teams into the ring, to have everyone fight against everyone at some point. Now, we have already fought against Gondor. We have also fought against Angmar. Like I said, the fights are not over. We're still continuing. And I'm sure that at some point we will get the opportunity to fight against Arnor as well. And then we have fought everyone already, yeah. The fights against Gondor will also continue at some points for sure. It looks like 3 to 4 teams will meet in the middle at some point, right? So, good stuff. All right, let's look at the pin here. We are on top against Step and Toby. I think it was mostly Step. Of course, Toby had some players here as well. They've been trying to help Step out at this front. So, yeah, Lame was helping us out, as I said. And we have a 20.4 million pin here with 7 million deaths, which is, I would say this is pretty impressive for my team. We don't have that many Krakens. We have maybe 7 to 10 players that fall in the Kraken category. Then we have a bunch of whales. And then the rest is pretty average to regular players on this type of server, I would say. And we have 7 million death pin. I mean, that's pretty good, right? Pretty good. We're on top here. We've had great fights. People have been active. And yeah, it's just been good fun, really. Nothing to say. It's been great. and it will continue to be great, I'm sure. Just Blockymatics, yeah, it like I said, it doesn't matter. Everyone is very welcome to voice their opinion, and I'm confident that some people will join the stream to complain, right? So it is what it is, yeah. Okay, Mike, be ready to have your Explorer badge. Yeah, I don't think any of the teams here have to finish with an Explorer badge. The leaders of all teams have been great to work with so far. Actually, Yatte posted a message yesterday that I really liked. I'm just gonna look at it quickly. It was in one of the leader channels, if I remember correctly. Where was this? Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Let's not forget how Step acted honorably at the start to make this server work. So I'm just going to read it and I'm going to explain each sentence, okay? So that's absolutely true. So Step was in the situation where they didn't have a partner, right? And everyone kind of stepped up, and partly convinced them and partly the leaders were very interested in the server, right? So Step decided to join the server, even though they don't necessarily have that many really big players, right? And that's a very nice thing to do. So shout outs to them. Then they said, she said, Panda taking a leap of faith to join without their partners, right? So Panda and Bear are teaming together for the first time this season. So that's, you know, very nice. They did take a leap of faith. Bear, a newly merged team, joined. Like I said, Bear has undergone a lot of changes. And yeah, so shoutouts to Bear for joining. And then the last part was also very nice to read, while everyone wouldn't start without WordDR, right? And this was mentioned because we were the last team to hop into the mega server. We were pretty much the slowest ones, right? We had a season that was a little bit after the others, and everyone waited for us, which was also very nice. And I absolutely agree with that. Yeah, it's. I mean, all of these teams came together and made this happen, and I think it's turning out to be a banger of a season. Honestly, yeah, everyone is having a good time, except for a few individuals who don't like losing, I suppose. But yeah, I think everyone was really having a good time so far. All right, so that's the situation on the mega server. Now, what will happen over the next few days? Who knows? It's starting to shake things up now, right? With the passes into the center opening, and yeah, I mean that's good, right? I think everyone is quite happy about that. The Dol Guldur passes are open now, and that's what we will look forward to. Yeah, so that was the season update so far. I think we look at some battle reports now. We had some pretty decent fights. We had some pretty decent merit collection, right? So we'll take a look at that in a second, and we'll look at the affluence level of the teams, and then we'll see how we continue. Is Reaper still with you all? Yes, Reaper is still with us. Kev is playing on the Reaper account, and from what I see, he's doing quite well. Yeah, Reaper has a nice account, so I just we tweaked around with the gear a little bit. We adjusted some of the big commanders, right? And yeah, I mean that is pretty much what we did. I am a shrimp. What are you talking about? No, you're not a shrimp, Björn. Björn is a pretty big player for sure. Björn is also a very nice guy. So shoutouts to Timon. Yeah. Okay. So I guess we can start looking at some battle reports now. Let's take a peek. Nice to hear. I'm Goat. Maybe you remember, typed a few times on the Discord recently. Game is summer interesting again to me. Ah, you're Goat. Yes, of course I remember you. Um, I will say I will comment on the game at the end of the season. I personally did not like some of the more recent changes. I think they were quite bad. Um, but I will talk about this after the season has concluded. Maybe we can make a nice stream with some of the other YouTubers from the other teams, and we can talk about some of the issues that I feel the game is currently facing. But if you're on a server where the competition is pretty equal and there are a lot of good teams, it's usually still good fun. Yeah, of course you have to invest a lot of time and you need a strong team behind you. Like entering servers solo nowadays is a really bad idea. You're just gonna get rolled, right? But but yeah, if you have a nice team, if you have some friends playing with you, if you have if you have good leadership, right? Good leadership is always important. If you join a server that is not dead from the first second on, you can really have a good time in this game still, I believe. And a lot of players, a lot of players are putting a lot of time into this mega server, and it's very nice to see. The people always say the game is dying or the game is dead, but this is really not true. I think for the past few seasons the population has actually increased slightly again, if I remember the statistics correctly. So there's still a lot of people playing, still a lot of people having fun, and yeah, people just having a good time. Yeah, okay. Um, yeah, let's look at some battle reports. Let's take a peek. We have some announcements here which are a bit outdated, so let's look at some PvP. Alright, so I didn't play today, so again, I have no idea what we're gonna find here. Let's just look at... I guess we can look at some of these reports here. I think that was one of my rallies. So we have Sebastian against Doffy-sama Crit from Step. Doffy has a pretty nice account, is also getting piloted as far as I remember. Okay, so here we have a Zenith Sauron, the other comps are around R10. The gear looks okay, I would say. And Sebastian has a Zenith 7 Sauron, an R12 Bjorn, and R14 Sauron. Okay, so this is a pretty... And Zenith 2 Guy, it's a pretty equal fight. Maybe Sebastian has slightly better gear, right? We do have the full refinements here. I think he's missing some... Yeah, he's missing some refinements on the Palantir. He's missing some refinements on the Axe, but overall, pretty good squad here. Half agility on Saruman as well. Yeah, not too bad. Troops are roughly equal. Not sure about the Trolls and Gandalf the White, to be honest, but the other stuff looks pretty good. It's a pretty clean win from Sebastian here. Very, very nice. Yeah, we have the faster Sauron, right? Which is very important for the anomaly section. And I do believe they have the faster Saruman. So if we take a look here, yeah, so their Saruman is faster, but our Sauron is faster than their Sauron, which is very cool, right? So good job. Then this guy was already dead, okay. Not a lot to see here. This is Reaper Lord, by the way, Goat. You can take a peek here. This is Reaper Lord. Very nice account. We're running the Zenith 11 Sauron here. The Zenith 1 Skyrim with full agility, the Zenith 1 Saruman, and the R14 Bjorn with the 1.0 Madness Immunity Helmet. This account really has beautiful gear, so you can be a little bit more creative than with some of the other accounts. So yeah, then Sebastian lost to Cerci Barbossa Castriotti, also a good player. Yeah, we went full here, so that's probably why he had the slight edge, right? but not bad at all. Let's look at some of my reports. So we have Dumbo against Sat. Very good fight here. I'm not sure. So Zenith 2 Sauron. So this gear, most of the time I see a Sauron like this, the gear really needs to be fixed, right? This is not... now it depends on what gear you have available, of course, but this gear needs some improvement because this Sauron is much too slow, right? You're gonna be slower than the Dane even if they play half agility. You're gonna be slower than the Sarumans. You're gonna be slower than the enemy Saurons. You're gonna be slower than the Galadriels, and that's very, very tough for Sauron, right? So we have an R14 Witch King, okay, with some purple gear, so we can see here, I guess the person does not have the gold gear available to them, right? A Warcry Shadow, this is pretty nice. And an R14 King of Man. It's also interesting, King of Man doesn't really vibe that well with these commanders, I would say, so interesting choice here. And but he did okay. The troops are very expensive, right? Mountain Trolls, Dragoons, very, very expensive. We are just rocking the Marauders and the Woodmen. This has allowed me to keep my production up for the last, I think for the last 4 days this account hasn't really been offline. So we can really only play these troops to make sure that we keep up with the production. And of course, my account is very, very crackened out. Top gear in my opinion. Very good troops to make sure that, again, just keep fighting relentlessly. And we have the full evasive action on the Baron as well. So of course we have a massive advantage here. And considering that it didn't do too bad, but the troops here are a lot more expensive. So yeah. So that was the first report. We can also check if my Baron self-nuked in round 4. And he did not. So very nice. Okay, then we fought a guy called Arash and Tarki here. I will assume this gear is already pretty good, much better gear than we saw before. I would assume there's just a very big respect level difference here, and there is, yes. So this is pretty much as expected. Then we fought Tarki, who plays Gil-galad. I am personally not a fan of the Gil-galad, but I know some players still play him. I did the same by accident when I first came back, made the wrong choice of Rohan and got slapped all season. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, for the people who come back, right, they also don't necessarily know what faction is good to pick if you're like joining a server solo or anything. So that's always tough. But yeah, I mean, like I said, usually if you come back, you really should be looking for a team to play with, right? Wow, nice. Yeah, Reaperlord has very, very good gear as well. Definitely one of the bigger guys for sure. All right, we have. Let's see if we can find another full report. This was not a full report. I think he lost more there than he should have. I'm not sure what this guy has. Yeah, I mean, I guess call him into Gil can be a bit annoying. What's happening here? Yeah, I think we saw this guy already. Skald has a pretty decent account. Zenith 6 Gandalf the White, R13 Sauron, R12 Saruman, and Zenith 1 Shadow. Cool. Yeah, not bad. We can check if my Sauron was faster than... Yeah, my Sauron is faster here than his Gandalf the White, right? That's why I always like to put like half agility on my Gandalf the White, because I don't like my White Council getting cut in the pre-battle phase already. So, is what it is. Then we have Juan Elben, probably, yeah, purple gear here, right? Pretty tough matchup for him. Math VR, who is playing War Chariots and Mountain Trolls. Zenith 1 Dane. I'm not sure on the War Chariots on Dane. That seems like a very odd choice to me, but I guess he just wants the unit counter. But there are cheaper troops to do that for sure. War Chariots are very, very expensive, especially with the current resource situation, right? So, and some fake armies here as well. Let's see what Zenith 3 Sunant. Bone Crusher is a Zenith 3 Sunant. Very nice. Okay, yeah, let's see if we can find one of their bigger guys here as well. Oh, some lot guys farming my tiles. Alrighty. So what we are going to do here is we're going to react to that. Can I reach this tile on time? Probably not. No, okay. So we are going to look for his base because obviously we cannot allow the random Loth players here to do things like this. So we're just gonna start by taking this tile back. And I guess we pay some attention to when he takes this here. His base must be somewhere here, no? Ah, his base is right here. Okay, I see. So this guy, so we will mark him. Uproot. And I assume that one of the little task squads that is heading towards, or that is doing the Lothlorien uproots, bounced him to us, and so yeah, that is fine. I'm actually just gonna uproot his base before I do anything else because Loth has been quite annoying. They have definitely farmed some of our resources in the back. I guess it's some old accounts, right? It is what it is. We'll try to catch him here. I am muted. Am I still muted? Really? Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3. I should not be muted. There we go. That's his first army down. I guess it's also just a fake army. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. We'll get our troops here and we'll uproot the guy and then we'll see what happens. Yeah. You are not now. Good. Alright, so this distracted me a bit. I was looking at some reports. There we go. Okay, so I saw that someone sniped my reinforcements here, so shoutouts to Mr. Weisgard. Good job. I guess Rune was not paying attention. We have Blame Scooby-Doo here. Zenith Sauron, but also not that big. This Blaubeer guy, is he maybe a bit bigger? Yes, Zenith 9 Dane, Jesus. R11 Bjorn, Zenith 7 Gandalf the White, and Zenith 2 Gral. This is a good player. And we had 4.5k set to his 7.6k. We're not playing trolls, he's playing trolls, so very big. 376k damage to 123. Very, very big damage there, so beautiful. I know I had some reports against Bone Crusher as well somewhere. Oh, we caught another here. Nice. Arash. Legion. Legion with some 1.0 gear. Aha, 75% chance to gain stun immunity plus 30 com attack. Not bad, not bad. And this also gives HP to the dwarves. Right. That's a pretty good fight for him actually, yeah. War Dramas on Gandalf the White, not a fan of that. I suppose my Bjorn got maddened in round 4. Yes, he did. So, you know, sometimes this happens, obviously. It happens very rarely to me this season, so that's nice. He is playing the half agility, so yeah, I don't like playing half agility on Beorn because then all of the like semi-fast Saurons have a chance to madden you, right? And you gotta be a bit careful with that. But yeah, some good reports. Like I said, some good reports again today. Lots of full wipes against expensive troop comps, so good to see. Oh, this guy is just going in. He doesn't care. Almost forgot I had to take a pass now into a really stacked RP campaign. Nice. I have better versus him, but of course of RNG. Yeah, I mean, of course the RNG plays a big part in this game still, right? Big role in this game still. So the big accounts, if you get some good RNG, you can still have a nice win, really. Yeah, you can still get somewhat lucky, and I mean, this is why some of the lower spenders still play, right? If you gear your stuff correctly, then you can still get some good trades, which is nice. Will you change your focus into middle? I mean, I'm not gonna say that on stream. We're definitely gonna keep that under wraps, but I mean, of course, at some point, I mean, like I said, it would be very nice to have 3 to 4 teams participate in the middle fights, which it currently looks like it will evolve to be that way, right? So yeah, we had to make sure, like I said, Angmar attacked us, right? They took both of these passes, so we had to make sure that we were safe and sound in these areas before we decided to put some attention into other areas, right? Just very simple stuff. And that's obviously the smart thing to do. I'm just gonna check if we are building a fort here already. No, we are not, okay. And Thorin is going from base, right? Yes, so my Thorin is going from base, which is why it takes a while. Oops, there we go. Erebor is trying so hard. On the RP server, I see, yes. I actually haven't played RP in a long time. As far as I can tell, most of the like really strong teams and accounts, they decided to go to NRP. So RP, as far as I understand it, RP is catering a little bit more to the more casual player base, with a more relaxed atmosphere, I guess you could say. So yeah, if you have a faction that's trying hard, I guess you will have to try hard as well. We will see. RP farm boys, like Shady says. Captain Jimmy, who are you on the? I guess you're playing on the server, right? Like, are you in Erebor or are you in another faction? Where are you at? Let's see what he says. I'm curious. Yeah. Okay. I had some other reports. I'll try to find some of the bigger guys. I think it was a couple of days ago where I hit some of the bigger ones. Captain Chenko here. He's one. He plays a very interesting comp. He plays also a very slow Sauron. Again, I'm not personally a fan of that, but you know, you do need the agility gear. Then he plays a Dane, a Gandalf the White, and the interesting part is he plays a Witch King, and usually he plays spear throwers on this Witch King. Yeah. But here we see some Marauders. I think he ran out of the spear throwers, but he got some pretty good damage. I think I saw like around 50 to 60k. That's not bad, right? 50 to 60k damage on the Witch King. While you get all of the stuns and stuff, Zenith 10, pretty cool. I like it. Obviously here I was not full, so you know he was also not full, but this report, you know, was just to show his army composition, which I think is very cool. What else do we have here? Let's see. I did hit Raven already a couple of times. Aegon here has a nice account. A Zenith 5 Skullhelm, a Zenith 3 Sauron, a Zenith 5 Undying, a Zenith 3 Saruman, pretty whaled out guy. My Gandalf the White did 68k damage here. Wow, that's a lot. Yeah, yeah, good hit. He also plays Mountain Trolls, important to note. So in terms of resources, I won by a huge margin, right? Like triple Marauders, Mountain Trolls against the Woodmen and 2 Marauders. That's very, very big difference. And we have 6-2, and he also won on the Anomaly department, right? But I have a faster Sauron, so in theory, it should not be such a big deal for me, right? Let's see if the Bjorn got maddened. No, see, so the Bjorn connects, and then everyone is pretty happy. Good. So he has a nice account. Let's see. Javi has a nice account. Again, he was dead here, but I know he has some big boys here. A Zenith Dane, R13 Bjorn. Oh, not as big as I remember actually. Let's see if we can find some of the bigger guys here as well. You can see I have a crazy amount of reports, right? Like it's exploding. Like I said, this account it's being like played the whole time, like no rest. I haven't had full stamina since the PvP started on this account, basically, right? So yeah. Here you see my B team, I guess you can say, against Bone Crusher's B team. I was just this was again Rune. She was just playing Crushers and Woodman. Obviously Galadriel, you really need those One Knights and Trolls, so this composition is slightly bad, yeah. And he played the Trolls, so he played a pretty normal B team army here. I like this B team army a lot. I played it last season, no, 2 seasons ago, and it's very, very fun. Very fun to play this. Full Nazgul team. Alright, let's scroll a bit more. Runeseer has a nice account. He's also in our Discord. He's already posted a fight where he beat me. Zenith Sauron, R13 Saruman, Zenith Dane, and R13 Gandalf the White. Good player also, you know, just good gear, smart choices here and there. In this fight we did win pretty handedly, I would say. So nice 198k damage received to 348k, pretty cool. Alright, so let's see, what did Captain Jimmy say? He said, I just have an ult in the server, I'm in another big team who didn't make it in the mega server. Ah, I see, okay. Ah, are you a home player maybe, huh? Home, Atzel is here, Atzel wrote, my boy. What's up, Atzel? I hope you're doing well. I understand your reference. My old is in Arno, but I don't play. I see. Yeah, our server isn't too competitive. Was just the only one up when I came back. I'm in Linden with basically every other faction against the Mega Alliance of Loth, Rune, and Erebor. Gotcha. I see. Some of the Asian COP guys. Aha, yes, sure. They are still around, the Asian COP guys. The fellowships are all roundabout at 2 to 2.6 million production after 1.5 weeks. Very nice. That's pretty good. I'd be quite happy with that. Not home. Okay, I see. Well, Captain Jimmy, I hope you're doing well, and nice that more of the community looks at the mega server. Yeah, so that's cool. I think Captain Jimmy, I remember you somehow from Fellows Discord or from Gores, like somewhere I saw you, I'm sure, but I don't remember what team you are in. So, shoutouts to you, man. Hope you're doing well. Björn, my boy. Yeah, Atzel and Björn, the 1337 guys, right? All right, so we did not really win in the anomalies department. Too big here. It was pretty equal, right? I just have a little bit higher respect and a better gear, right? What people have to understand, like Zenith 4 Bjorn, it's perfectly normal these days. Like this is not a crazy like investment, right? There are people who have Zenith 10 Bjorns, yeah. I just like to play commanders that I consider are the meta, right? And I make sure that I gear them as good as possible. And yeah, Raven has a higher Zenith Saruman compared to me as well, right? So yeah, I mean obviously it's a Kraken account, but of course here I wasn't full, but he still had a nice hit here. Yep, you can see he won in the damage received department here. When you're not full with these troops, I mean it's always hard, right? Like you're gonna struggle a bit. Let's see. Yeah, here's the one he won, I think. Yeah. No, I wasn't full. I won this by a very large amount. Yeah, 320k, 195k. Big win again for me. And I crushed the Bone Crusher as well. Wow, this report was really nice. Bone Crusher is also a big guy, right? So big wins here. Very cool. Here Aegon beat me. Props to him. Again, much more expensive troop comp, right? And he maddened my Bjorn here for sure. He got 14 to 7 anomalies, you know. Even though my Sauron is faster than his, this is called luck, yeah. Not a lot you can do about that. It happens to the best, it happens to the worst. This is my B team again. I see Rune has been fighting with my B team a bit as well, you know, good to see. Yeah, I'm not mad about this report, right? Seems okay. Yeah. Here we beat him again. Nice. Where are the bigger? This guy is pretty big as well, if I remember correctly. Zenith, R10. Okay, he doesn't have the Zenith Bjorn, fair enough. And he is playing Gil-galad, so... Here he beat me. That was the one he posted in our Discord. You know, props. And this probably was because, yeah, you can see the anomalies. Anomalies are just, you know, if you get the 50% stun, if you get the 30% madness, that's up to the RNG gods. Snipe some siege here as well. Very nice. Myth Love wasn't full here. Here we hit Raven. Nice report. He wasn't completely full and he played 2 tier 1 horses, but he did play mountain trolls, so this is a very big win. 150k to 224, yeah, big win. So he has the heal, 214k damage received, 250k damage received. Important to note, Zenith 7 Undying, Zenith 12 Gandalf the White, Zenith 12 Skullhelm, Zenith 11 Saruman. So in terms of respect levels, he's beating me on the DDs, right? Pretty handedly. And he is playing 2 tier 1 units. I will say I'm not a fan of this. I think the HP of these guys is way too low. It doesn't really help you that much with playing more or getting more fights because you're still playing Mountain Trolls and Marauders, which are expensive, right? Like, Mountain Trolls are very, very expensive. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this. Especially like with the heal from the Undying, right? Like these guys have such low HP. This is like 52 HP, right? Is it low HP? Actually, yeah. And the Marauders are 80, right? Like, that's not good in my opinion. Like, I don't know. Doesn't seem fantastic. But he wasn't full, like I said. And if you look at the anomaly department, 9 to 1, 5 to 3, we got some nice madness procs here, I assume. So, good fight here. I have one where he was more full, I think. This one, he was fuller. 3 tier 1s, mountain trolls, 205k to 225k. Again, win in the damage received department, very nice. anomalies were exactly equal. So this was a good fight. Of course, when the anomalies are equal, it doesn't mean anything, right? You can still get much better anomaly proc on the enemy than the enemy does on you, right? If your enemy hits Gandalf the White and you hit their Bjorn, big win for you. But just, you know, to get a quick overview here, you can see Bjorn just murders these horses in round 4. Like, it's brutal. Like 17 kills. Like this. That's why, in my opinion, Bjorn will always be better than Skalhelm. Yeah, for me, it's not a close comparison. Here we have him with some Marauders. Big win again. Yeah, I've been doing well. I've been doing really well against the big players with this build. I'm very happy. So this is 266k, 275k. Yeah, beautiful, right? Again, not completely full, but with Skyrim and Saruman, your damage is early anyway, right? So you're not gonna do a shitload of damage in the late rounds, which means if he was full, it would have been a very similar result. This one we lost quite badly, but I wasn't full here, right? That makes sense. The Skyrim kills these guys quickly when I'm not full. The Saruman does as well, so we will give him this report. This is a clear win for him. 185, well, it was pretty close, 184 to 100, but he does have the heal, so yeah. However, it's very impressive how strong ORDR held itself over this whole 20 plus season or something. Thank you, yes, so I will say this. We have pretty much had I've been, if we look at my account, I don't know if it's public, I guess, it is. Let's take a picture. I will also donate quickly. So this is my main account, right? And he has, yeah, so I will say, you will not find many leaders in this game who have this history. Okay? You will not find many. I've played every season since the first one with ORDR, and we've always had the same name as a team. And honestly, I think it's pretty cool. Like, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 seasons with the same team. And we still have players from our first season. Sylar still playing the game. Vizio still playing the game. I mean, honestly, like, even if our journey or if the game ends at some point, I've made memories here that I'm not going to forget, right? Like, I'm just super happy. Photoshop? This is not Photoshop, no? This is indeed not Photoshop. And I don't have the strongest account. Yeah, my OG account, I basically played it until like this season, I think. Like one of these 2 seasons. I played it all the time, and it wasn't the strongest. I wasn't the biggest Kraken. I didn't even have the most time to play. Yeah, to be honest, I didn't have the most time to play. But we always stuck together. We picked up people who had similar values as us, you know. And to me, this is something that is much more important than winning seasons or than, you know, talking trash on Discord servers or whatever. I just think it's cool. And like I said, even if this game ends at some point, I'm just proud of this. Yeah, sue me. I'm proud of this achievement. I think this is a big achievement. Yeah, and we've held a lot of the people that play with us now. We met them in season 10, right? And they are also still with us. So that's 10 seasons of people who have been with us regularly, right? And yeah, like I said, this is my biggest achievement. I don't care about any of these rings. If these were all explorers, I would still take it. Like, you know, that's what yeah. So you're right, Goat. I am pretty happy about that, and I think it's pretty impressive. What's up, Livian? I hope you're doing well. And to keep in mind, Björn, this was with Cow. Cow since season 2. You need nerves of steel to do that, yeah? I've been playing with Cow since season 2. Every normal human being, they would have, you know, given up after 2 to 3 seasons. But no, we don't give up. We keep telling him how to farm at the start. We keep telling him how to siege passes. You know, it's a big achievement in my opinion. Shoutouts to Carl, by the way. Also a nice guy. Alright, I missed some messages here. The chat is very active today. From the first minute, someone was like trash talking, but it seems now the things have calmed down. They are a great team, honestly, really nice atmosphere too. I'm very happy to be here. Well, thank you, David. We appreciate that, you know. Of course, we also have a couple of players who are a little bit more on the toxic side, right? But I think this is normal for any team, right? And we always try to keep our toxicity on the battlefield and not in the Discord servers. So, as you saw before, the guy who was talking trash, it's absolutely his right to do that, right? I don't have a problem with that. I will respond to it, of course. And if you just keep spamming nonsense, then, you know, I will block you from the YouTube. But I don't have a problem with people saying, you know, you guys have made some weird decisions, or, you know, you should have done something else. It's perfectly fine. I just don't like it when people like have a different reality than what is actually happening. And unfortunately, a lot of people in this game, they just live in their own world, to be honest. Yeah, that's all really I can say about that. And I think this is a shame because sometimes you lose. Yeah, we've had terrible seasons. I think we are one of the teams who has had some of the worst seasons ever. Yeah, in this season we got spawned on by Chaos and Meta, which some people might know as Aces. They spawned on top of us. We were playing with Ilil. Between the two of us, we had like 5 Krakens. And we had no resources the entire season. Did we give up? No, we fought the entire season. We didn't complain, we didn't cry, we just fought. We fought the entire season. And some of the teams that were involved will remember it was one of the best seasons they had. Yeah, Lame was involved, Yats was involved, Gods was involved. All of these teams know this. Yeah, and to be honest, none of these teams really helped us. Yeah, they said kind of deal with it. You know, they spawned on top of you. What do you want us to do about it? And we said, you know what, you're right. That's absolutely true. Next season, Rebuilding Glory, we got destroyed by Aces. Yeah, we played with a more casual team called Amon. Started in Linden. I think after 2 weeks, like the server was over because it was Aces and another team in Mordor. I forgot the name. Against the server, and they just rolled everyone. Like they had so many Krakens. They just won this so easily. Terrible season. We got completely cooked. You can see we ended Challenger. We ended Coalition Protector. Shit titles, right? Explorer here in Rebuilding Glory. I don't remember, what was this season? Wait, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Season 12. What was season 12? I think this might have been the season where they dropped the 2.0 and we got rolled by the like 500 Asian people. I think this was that season, if I remember. Terrible season. The Asians joined with like 4 or 5 teams, killed everyone. Broke up like 2 teams or something. Of course, not us, but yeah. So let me tell you, we've had some of the worst seasons ever, and we really didn't complain about it. Like we just, you know, it's a war game. You get wiped sometimes. Deal with it. That's life. In life, you can't win all the time in life. Yeah, we have tried to surround ourselves with people, like I said, who have like the same opinion, right? And by the way, this season, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This was the worst season I've ever played. This one. This was the season. This was the only season where I almost quit the game. Season 6. I almost quit the game. I quit for a while. I was very, very close to completely throwing the towel. And you know what? Looking back, this would have been a complete mistake, right? Look like how many seasons we had after that, right? But, you know, this was a season where I feel that a lot of people on that season really attacked me personally a lot for no reason. Except that I was a purple gear guy who played Grima and Mouth of Sauron and cooked some R25 Krakens with gold gear. Yeah. And this was one of those seasons like I said, almost quit. And I'm so happy I did not, because we had so much fun. Like, we had so much fun in those seasons, really. I wouldn't change it for anything. All right. Yeah, I joined that season against Aces. Terrible experience. Yep. That was a terrible Yeah, I was in that season. I was with Aces. You were with Amon, and Lame was in the server side. Ah, yeah, that's right. But to be fair, Lame was not the Lame from now back then, right? Like we do have to make that clear. Back then, Lame. I think after that season, Lame became a really strong group again. That was like kind of like a summer season, a summer vibe season. Amon are stronger now. They merged with STCC. Very nice. Yeah, I talked with Isil a lot. Actually, I just talked with him yesterday because we're still doing some calculators and stuff. And he set up a website now as well that will be released soon for the LLTR community. I chat with him a lot still. Cool guy. I don't have any problems with anyone really, like I said. And Isil really invests a lot of time in the community as well. You have to say that, yeah. So shout outs to Isil if he ever watches the stream. No experience is a bad one, just a test of character. That's also true, yeah. Impala, because Impala said it was a terrible experience. I like the people who joined us in those seasons and who stayed with us afterwards, you know. And in any big team, those people get rewarded with piloting good accounts now, right? That's pretty much how the pace of the game has evolved over the past. And yeah. Okay, so I already see this guy was uprooted. So nice. I can remove this now. Who uprooted him? Very nice. And if my teammates haven't taken these tiles yet, I will take them. I will just send Thorin on this one. There you go. And I will send Galadriel on this one once the path is open. Thank you, Vadia, for uprooting him. Very nice. By the way, I also joined you in Aces season. Also was terrible. No. I remember Björn. Yeah, we've had some rough seasons for sure. But... Oh, he attacked with the real army this time. Okay. Okay, I guess, yeah. Sure. Okay, so what we're gonna do, it looks like the fights are going really well, and this is important for all of my teammates watching the stream. What we have to do now, yeah, is we have to, well, we clear this out of course, but we need to catch up on some buildings as well, yeah. We're looking good with the barracks, so we're definitely gonna catch up with some buildings now. We still don't have the barracks upgraded, so I'm gonna do that quite soon. Let's do the stone tribute quickly. Lambo tribute. And then we're looking a bit better. What's the stamina on my main team? 64, okay. I will refill our fort here. There we go. Like I already said, I do expect Angmar to try to grab back this pass today. Hasn't happened so far, but they are definitely fighting hard against Lame currently, so we do need to keep up the pressure, right? Very important. This was just, like I said, this was just a temporary win, right? You can never sleep on any of these teams. They are very, very strong, everyone. Good. I was kind of surprised we beat you easily. Well, thank you, Captain Jimmy. That's very good to hear. No, I mean that season was not good. Yeah. You know, sometimes every team has those seasons. Sometimes you have a season where like 25 people show up for PvP, and you know, you just gotta accept it, and such is life. Full barracks, how? Yeah, I've been fighting the whole time. I have full barracks now because I always run out of stamina before troops, right? We're on 64 here. I have like 3 moves left maybe, right? I did use stamp bottles as well yesterday, for sure. If I click here. Yeah, look, we are still on cooldown from the stamina bottles, so the only reason I have full barracks is because, you know, I'm getting really good trades. That's it. Okay, Libyan, you know Japanese? I do not know Japanese. No, I do not. But Rune does. Rune knows a lot of Japanese. I cannot speak Japanese, no. Yeah, as I said, always recruiting new players, organizing them, not falling apart, crazy, not gonna. Yeah, it's a lot of work, right? All of the leaders will tell you this. And that's why it's sometimes a bit of a shame that the developers, they don't put a lot of effort anymore, right? The leaders in this game are absolutely crazy. They have to put so much effort every season if you want to play properly, of course. Yeah, my fart names are Japanese because Rune always changes the language to Japanese, right? And I'm not changing it back because no one writes to me in Japanese anyway, so most of the people write in English, so I just read it normally, right? No big deal. I did, yeah, he does not lose troops. Yeah, that's right. I mean, if you play 2 times evasive action, we're looking good, right? Like, no damage here in the first 4 rounds, basically. So, sexy. And cheap troops. Cheap troops, very important. I will check, did we kill some more, did we have some more siege armies dying? Then I will hire some... why are there woodmen here? Rune, why are there woodmen? I guess we're getting some tilers ready. Okay. Where's my Gothmog here? Okay, my Gothmog has siege troops. Okay, good. Sweet. Let's put them quickly. And I will fill up some siege troops here again as well. Yeah. So we have some left. Good. Now I will write you in Japanese. Ha ha ha. So funny. And of course I can do the really fun stuff again, which is sweeping the mobs. That's always what I love to do. No, I'm joking. Good. Do we have... here we can see it, right? 3,150. Okay. We still have some here as well, so that's good. We don't need more than 2 siege armies on this account. Peter Everson, oh hi, I didn't realize you stream. I don't stream a lot. I don't have a schedule. I just stream when I feel like it. And yeah, that's, you know, on the super server or the mega server, whatever you want to call it. I just wanted to show our perspective because Lame doesn't have a YouTuber. Yeah. As far as I know, Lame does not have a YouTuber. And so I just wanted to show our perspective here as well. Tartar, yes, what's up? You're also in the ORDR Discord, right? I remember you were an annoying player when I played against you when you, in Lame, right? We played against each other a lot already, and for some reason you always got some madness on my Saruman or some stuff like that, right? So, good job, bro. You did some slaps today. Yeah, for sure. Lame has a lot of superb players. Yeah, the rankings. We didn't look at the rankings yet. Let's do that quickly. So we have personal affluence. We are 6th right now. I guess because this one player stole 2 of our tiles, right? Which, you know, I guess that's life. So let's grab this one. Yeah, so we're doing well. Affluence, we're top 10, right? Pretty good. Camo is 2nd, Raven 1st. We have Tic-Tac, our Asian friend. This guy, again, please shout out to this guy. Really, really good player. I will put my hand in the fire. This is one of the best players in the game. I don't care which team you are on. I don't care how much money you spend on your account. This guy, one of the best players in the game. So huge shoutouts to him. Great guy, yeah. I played with him a couple of seasons already in the past, and I love this player. Runes in the chat as well now. That's a fake used when siege a pass. Ah, I see. Very smart, Rune. Good job. Good job. Good. So this guy, great player. This is Fellow. Fellow has been getting some really good reports as well. Obviously, Fellow has a very nice account as well. This is the Uber account, right? Civitak, Asian lane player. Rufio, really strong guy. This is Phoenix Fly, I see. Right. Yeah, really strong account. Really strong account. Kitten Caboodle. If there are any lane players in the chat, I would love to see some reports from Kitten. I think I haven't seen a single report from him yet. Like, he doesn't share reports. I really want to see what he plays, just, out of interest. So if you have one, please let me know. Great player, like always. Yeah, lots of familiar names here. The Daxon is here, right? This is Vadia, Loopy, Daesh, Seabear, lots of great guys. In terms of merit, we are number 3 at 1.4 million. Honestly, I think it's really hard to get more than this in the amount of times we have fought. I'm not sure how you would get more merit than what I currently have, to be honest. Account has been run non-stop. Shoutouts to Rune. I've played whenever I had a few spare minutes. I woke up at 4 a.m. to siege the pass, yeah. I was there, I was present. So this season we've been really invested, like with maximizing the G-Unit account, and it has worked out well so far, I would say. Using stamina bottles, right? Cheap troops, just fight as much as possible. Raven is leading with 2.3 million. He's far ahead of me. They did fight Arnor at the start, like we saw in the previous update video. So, he does have, I think it's a 6-day lead, right? 5-6 days, something like that. Then we see Mythlove, Liverpool, Sylar doing very well. This is Price, Jack Sparrow doing very well, Tart doing very well, Kitten doing very well, Zulu, Selenith, Bone Crusher, Daxon, Thumper, Aegon, Immortals, Timon, Artus, some of the merchants, Pumba, just a lot of really active players, right? KOTM, Alexander the Great, Skyt, Fellow of the Kids, right? Loopy, lots of really good players. Tartar Binks, we see Tartar as well, nice. And Evo Runes here, the guy we saw some reports from previously. So all great guys, honestly, like this server has been amazing so far. I hope it stays this way, and yeah, lots of high merit numbers as well. We are in 5th with 3.1 million production. We're catching up to Toby slowly. Lame is in 3rd with 3.4, and the 2 Gondorian teams are still very far ahead of us. That Asian player is a classic player, yes, absolutely. Bro, make a live with Fellow. He will be streaming now as well. Yeah, I will for sure chat with Fellow at some point. Hamid Khan said, hi Hamid Khan, what's up? I hope you're doing well. I just got slapped. Yeah, happens, Just got Saruman Zenith finally. Beautiful. Yeah, Saruman Zenith is very good. So yeah, so first the Gondorians, like I said, I think combined we are 2nd, right? We have 6.5. And these guys have 6.1, if my math is mathing. Yep. And Arnor, of course, Arnor is getting invaded really hard by Gondor right now, right? Like, they are gonna lose some resources, sadly. They've also been getting attacked by Linden in the back, I think, which is a shame, but what can you do? So, yeah, those are the affluence rankings. Commander, I guess we are close to level 50 now. Yep, Raven is at level 49. What level am I at? I have to check. We are at 48. not bad, not bad. Why is my Saruman so far ahead? How did that happen? I guess he like lived in a fight where he wasn't supposed to live. Nice. And we're getting Skalhem up as well for the B team, right? We still need some points for the Executioner. I feel pretty proud of my account given that I started like 8 seasons ago. Yeah, you're a massive Kraken. I already saw this when we fought against each other the first time. You're a massive Kraken, yeah. 8 seasons and you are definitely ahead in terms of spending of like 95% of the community quite easily. Or let's say 90%. Yeah. So good job. Good job on that. I'll take a look at the message you sent me. 1 second. There's a kitten report. Okay, so he's playing Undying, Gandalf the White, Shadow, and Dane. Very nice. Nice. And I guess he also has like mostly Zenith commanders, right? Looks at least like that to me. Cool. Yeah, looks nice. Good job. Okay, yeah, so we looked at the rankings. Is there anything else you guys want to see? His Danish Zenith 15, okay. Hey, greetings from Wacken. How was the week so far? What's up, Detla? I've had a super busy week. It's been really stressful. Today, I had to pick up my fiance from the bus station. She came from Czechia. At 4 a.m. Well, I woke up at 4 a.m. for the pass, and then at 4:30 a.m. I had to be at the bus station. So, not a great morning, I will say. Then we had to immediately measure the new apartment we move into to make sure we don't buy furniture that's too long or too wide or whatever, right? At the same time, I had to push out announcements, even though I was not in the game. Rune was playing the whole day. I had to push out announcements to see basically what we can do, since we didn't fail the pass at 2 UTC, but we got a little bit less siege damage than we wanted to, right? So we had to kind of navigate that. I had to chat with some of the lane leaders. It was all, a bit, people were getting, it was tough. It was just tough, lots of stuff happening. And then, we measured the whole day, quickly grabbed lunch, kept measuring in the afternoon, evening. We had to do some other stuff as well. And then just for a couple of hours ago, I brought her back to the bus station because she's traveling back to Czechia. She obviously has to work on Monday, right? Visit her parents and all this stuff. And so it's been a very stressful week. And the day before that, we uploaded a big experiment on Prolific. I work as a researcher right now and as kind of like a professor at uni, right? And we had a big project come to an end. There was a lot of stress involved with that, so I'm glad this week is slowly nearing its end, that's for sure. But I can't complain, everything went well. I hope the week went well for you as well, Datla. You are engaged, congrats. I just got married last year, best decision of my life. Nice, congrats, bro. Yeah, I mean, I want to start a family anyway, so it was always obvious to me that I was gonna get engaged and marry a woman at some point, right? So I'm happy that I found the one, I guess you can say. So that's cool. Yeah, so congrats on your marriage, and for sure, it's a great decision. Yeah. He is an expert on carrying fridges up the stairs. Nah, you guys are too much. That's an inside joke. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Okay. All right. So we're gonna grab this tile back as well, and then I think my voice is slowly giving up. Yeah, I mean, we'll just chill here for a while, clean out this forest. There are some bases here. As far as I remember, here we go. some bases are here. So I assume they've made their backup relocation spots and they will relocate away, but of course we have to force them to use them, right? So if we check here, I'm sure that Angma is set up here now, right? Let's take a look here. I expect, yeah, there you go. Temp camps are popping up, which of course is, Raven is here, nice. And this is the correct thing to do. Shoutouts to Raven, he's always number one, like, shoutouts to that guy. But I'm very happy I beat him, very happy, very happy. Alright, lots of temporary caps, like I said, the steps, they will part here, right? I guess maybe some of them will also part into Lorien if we take a peek here. Some of the more adventurous ones, or maybe not, who knows? I guess it doesn't look like it. Interesting. I thought like a few of them would consider relocating here, maybe, no? That would have been interesting at least. Okay, so I guess they're taking the pretty safe route. Good. Yeah, kind of a lot of rain and mud. Happy that we drive home sometime tomorrow so I can play on Sunday again. But there were some good bands playing. Yeah, that's great to hear, man. Oh. I just had to grab some water. Yeah, our weather has also been kind of bad. We've had a lot of rain. A lot of wind and things like that, so, you know, not the best summer, but it's alright. I beat Raven 2 reports this season out of 7. He makes me scared like your account, lol. Yeah, he has a very, very good account. Yeah, he's a big boy, that's for sure. Big boy Raven. My account is just really annoying to fight for basically everyone because like, you have no damage against me in the first 4 rounds, right? You're not getting rid of this guy. And yeah, I have the support titles to back this up. We have the Woodmen this season, which are a great troop, so it's a very annoying account to fight. If I was on my old account still, I would definitely dodge the G-Unit account. Does your faction have players from old time zones? Yes. I had the impression Layman or the R are EU and A heavy, but that's probably enough now. No, or the R is not an A heavy. We have a lot of Asian players this season. Yeah, if I scroll through here, you can count it yourself. Shout outs to the Asian crew, by the way. They've been doing great work. Really cool guys. Again, I've played with them a couple of seasons in the past already, so we knew that they were solid guys, you know. You will see a lot of Asian names here, right? And it's, in my opinion, it's really important to have Asian players on the team because they play at a time zone where there's not a lot of activity usually, right? And yeah, I mean, that's just nice. So shout outs to those guys. Lame is pretty strong and A this season, exactly. But we have solid Asian and EU as well. Yeah, Lame is really, like, Lame's prime time is definitely NA and our prime time is EU, I would say, EU. With the Asians sprinkled in. You never get enough rain. I don't know what to respond to that. I do like sun in the summer. I don't like the rain. But yeah, okay. So I think this is enough for today. I just wanted to show a quick season update. Unfortunately, on Sunday, I'm traveling to Vienna, which is my hometown. I'm gonna be visiting my grandparents, my parents, some friends, right? All of the good stuff. I'm obviously gonna keep playing, but I won't have the setup to stream there. So this will probably be my last stream of the season. Again, I will try to join maybe Fellows stream from time to time. Maybe some other people want to talk. I don't know, that's up to them. But I'll be around. This will most likely be the last stream of the season. to reflect on the start, a quick reflection. I think the start was very good. One of the problems that I see with the server setup is that teams were pretty unhappy that two factions farmed until chapter 8, chapter 6, sorry, while they were forced to fight at chapter 4. Okay? And one way to fix that is to get more teams involved, which everyone wanted to do. The other way to fix that is to start in the 4 corners of the map. Right? I think that would work. So everyone has basically uncontested farm. Let's see if this works. So Rohan, yeah, it would kind of work because Rohan and Mordor, would they clash? Wait, I haven't played Rohan in such a long time. Rohan enters here, right? In these regions. And Mordor, okay, no, so they wouldn't clash here. Erebor would go here, like always, in this corner. And Linden would go here. Yeah, so if each faction goes in a corner, that would have actually worked as well, I guess. But for sure, the goal is to get more people involved. For the mega server, this not me talking, just in general, right? And then you don't have the problem where two factions have to fight early and two factions basically just farm until chapter 8, right? Good. That was one of the problems I saw. The other problems, I didn't see a lot of other problems yet, to be honest. No one got 2v1 so far. No one got wiped off the map yet. Like I said, Arno is having a tough time, yes. But I know the Arno teams, I know they have great resolve, so they are not going to stop playing, right? We are fighting against Angmar hard. Again, I think these fights have been pretty decent. Like, I don't know. I feel like there was a lot of back and forth so far, and it doesn't look like it will stop anytime soon. Alright? So, lots of stuff going on around these areas. Which, again, it's great to see. I love it. Yeah. Still very active fighting here. We are not just breezing through, people are fighting here as well, right? Did someone attack here? I guess this was already some time ago. I saw Skald attacked somewhere. William got Skald. William is bringing Kieran, very nice also. Good. Yeah, so it's good fights. Again, shoutouts to Toby and Step. Both have been stellar in terms of activity. Great guys. Some of the Step guys are also in our Discord, I think, and you know they also. I chatted with Chenko a few times already. Seems like a nice guy. So really, on our side, I don't see a lot of beef or anything. I think players are just enjoying the PvP, having fun, you know. So props to those guys. The passes take a while to open and run. Ah, that's right. Those passes, yeah, the passes into the other factions, they always take until chapter 6, and yeah, so Rohan would have this territory, so it would work, yes. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. We can think about this. All right, we had pretty good participation today. I see 13 viewers right now. That's really not bad. So to end on a positive note, shout outs to all of the teams on the server. I think everyone has been absolutely stellar. Great job to everyone so far. Again, the season is just getting started. Yeah. So everyone knows that, we know that, our enemies know that, all the other factions know that, right? We're just getting started. Good. Then shout outs to my teammates. It has been really hard to get this pass. Both Angmar teams have done a stellar job, yeah, of defending this pass. It was really, really hard. We struggled for days and we got pushed back, we pushed them back, we got pushed back, we pushed them. Like all of this, there is so many dead troops here, like it was crazy fights, and really it has been a pleasure. There's nothing else to say about this. And the same for, I'm sure Lame feels exactly the same way, yeah. The fights here have been relentless every day. Back to the crossing. Push forward, back to the crossing, push forward, back to the crossing, right? So shout outs to everyone. Now, I see Evolution in the chat. GG's on the fights. Thank you, bro. Great fights. I think I showed the one report where you beat me. So that was very nice. I did show a few reports as well where I won, I think. So I was quite happy about that too, of course. So again, it's been really great. And of course, the fights at some point will transition into the middle, right? I haven't looked here today yet. Let's see what Gondor has done. Is Gondor, yeah, Gondor is preparing mass relocations here. So this is definitely happening, right? They are farming here as well. So Gondor will definitely, or has already taken the tunnel here, okay? We have we chilled this crossing so far pretty much, I guess. Yeah, I mean a couple went beyond, but yeah, we're chilling here. I think these are the two choke points, right? For this leads into, okay, this one as well. All right, I see. Yeah, so these are the two choke points for us. This leads into Andeeps. This leads into Lorien. And I guess Arnor is here. No, Gondor is here. Okay, so Gondor has done a lot today. Actually, I need to catch up on some map developments. Like I said, I was super busy today. I haven't seen it yet, but shoutouts to Gondor for sure. Yeah, so at some point, you know, fights are gonna go into the middle, I suppose. Not quite yet because we just got the pass today. So of course we have to, you know, make sure that our position here is decent, I would say, right? And yeah, I mean that's pretty much it, right? So again, shoutouts to everyone. Thanks for the fights. And I wish you all a pleasant weekend. I hope you have a good one. I hope you get some rest for yourselves. I hope you get to spend some time with family. And yeah, see you guys later. Bye bye.